In Britain today, man is being persecuted, not for attacking someone, not raping someone, not inciting violence against any human beings, but for causing distress to the institution of Islam by burning a book, the Quran. Lots of serious questions regarding what is institution of Islam in Britain. This isn't justice, this is simply blasphemy law. Not even entering from the back doors, but coming back in from the front doors. We were told blasphemy laws were a thing in the past, abolished in 2008, burned with the age of religion's privileges. Yet here we are in 2025. We are simply watching a man in London charged for assault or incitement for causing distress to the institution of Islam. He burned the book, the Quran, whether it's a political protest or he simply wanted to point out no one should be murdered for burning a book, because in Sweden police turned blind eye and Swedish government handed over Salwan to the murderers for burning the Quran. Is burning book offensive? Not, but some people might find it. Is it criminal? Absolutely not. It is not a crime and should not be a crime to burn a book. But here's the part that should chill us of all. That man was stopped for what he did. He needed stitches. Plus, he was overnight in police station. He was held overnight in police station. And yet the man who attacked him, who stopped him, he's still your next door neighbor enjoying his freedom. Some of us know what Islam teaches. We live under it. We studied it. Some of us simply run away from Islam. And some of us simply in Britain, that is not a Muslim country, that is not an Islamic country, physically harmed for questioning the teachings of Islam. Police stood by, law did nothing and still doing nothing. This is not about Muslims. Muslims are human beings who are made in the image of God. This is absolutely about Islam, the ideology. And no ideology, not even one ideology, is above criticism. Let's be honest, what we are dealing here. Somehow we are sugarcoating or not having honest conversations about it, but here's the bottom line. Half of the teachings of Islam is promoting violence. Jihad against non-believers, death penalty for apostasy, and death for critics of Islam. What is other half? Other half is there to simply cover up the abuse. Child marriage, like Muhammad did to Aisha, polygamy, wife beating, treatment of women as a property, slavery, and sex slavery is still justified in Islamic law. Use of taqiyya, religion's deception, laws against freedom of speech, execution for living Islam. These are not just historical issues. We have seen them impact our communities right here in Britain. Grooming gangs protected by silence, and still they are being protected. People turned government, police, social services, turned blind eye because they didn't want to identified as racist. They let Muslim men to abuse these kids. Honor-based violence. Sharia courts in Britain undermining British justice. Woman is being silenced. Critics are being threatened. Fear replacing freedom. These are the topics we must able to debate. These are the topics we must able to have a free discussion. But when you shut down speech, when the criticizing Islam becomes a criminal action, people will find and finds other way to be heard. That's when things get dangerous. Let me say this clearly. Burning a book is not a violence. Speaking critically is not hate. Words are not weapons. But what is dangerous is stopping someone because you feel that your feelings are being hurt and walking free from that. That is dangerous. No one should be harmed for what they believe. No one should be criminalized for rejecting Islam. No one should be criminalized for burning their own property, even that property is a book. No one should be silenced for asking questions. No one should be in jail for burning a book, for putting holes in the book. No one should be in jail for shouting at the building. Islam is not above criticism. No religion is. No idea is. Because if we cannot challenge ideas, what freedom do we really have? That is not blasphemy. That is freedom of speech and must be protected while we still can.